Google Ads has made a big change to the video campaign settings, so YouTube ads. That could mean you are reaching an irrelevant audience or an audience that you hadn't even intended reaching, and you could be wasting ad spend. This is particularly pertinent to you if you are wanting to, or you are currently running, a placement targeted campaign. So you're targeting specific videos and channels on YouTube. Because if you want to specifically target those videos and channels that you've chosen, then this particular setting is going to ruin that targeting. Now, when setting up a YouTube ad campaign, you would be able to choose between 3 networks. One would be YouTube search results, the other is YouTube videos, and the other then is video partners on the display network. Now, when you set up a new YouTube ad campaign in the way that you always have, you don't get the option of unselecting any of the networks. You're forced to have all of the networks, and this means if you're doing a placement targeted campaign where you're choosing specific videos that you want to advertise on or specific channels, then you are not going to be only targeting those placements, because with the video partners selected and the search results selected, you're not targeting a specific video. Your ad is going to be shown to people who aren't watching those specific videos or channels. Now, as the founder of Adzula, I get to speak to a lot of people about their YouTube ads and their Google ads. And what I've seen over the past few weeks and even over the last couple of months is a growing number of people who are setting up placement targeted campaigns, not realizing that this change has happened. So I really wanted to make this video. Now, one particular story stood out. I was speaking to someone who was running a YouTube ad campaign. They'd actually paid someone, a consultant, to set up their YouTube ad campaign. So I was having a look at their account, and they'd spent £700 over a short period. Now, we went in and looked at the placements. They had around 400 or 500 placements in the campaign. As I said, over £700 worth of spend, over $1,000 of spend. We looked at the placements, and none of those 400 or 500 placements had any spend or impressions at all. So all of it was going to other places they hadn't targeted. This is the problem, but there is some good news, and that is that you can still do placement targeting. You just have to set it up in a very specific way. I'm calling these true placement targeting campaigns because, as we've seen, you can set up a campaign with placements in them and not necessarily show on those placements, but show on the video partners. Before I show you how to set up a true 100% placement only campaign, I'm going to show you where the problem was before. So you'd maybe select sales and then click continue, and then you'd select the video campaign and then you click continue. Notice there that the subtype was pre-selected as drive conversions. Bid strategy options are maximize conversions and target CPA. That's important because with placement only, you'll see there's a bit of a difference. And here's where the issue lay, in the networks area. So here you can see I cannot uncheck any of these. And what we would want to be able to do is uncheck YouTube search results and uncheck video partners. That means with videos only selected and with your placements added, you're only going to show on the videos or channels that you've chosen. So here's how to set up a true 100% only placements campaign. You'll need to select create a campaign without a goals guidance, obviously select video, and then leave this custom video campaign selected, or if it's not selected, select it. Click continue. Now, if you go to the networks area, you can see that I can uncheck video partners on the display network and uncheck YouTube search results so that only YouTube videos is selected. This is what we want. Now when we add placements all the way down here, you'll only be targeting those placements. So one thing to note here is the bid strategy is maximum CPV. So you'll be bidding on maximum CPV. You can choose target CPM. I use maximum CPV. So a few things to consider. One is, as you saw there, you'll be bidding pretty much most of the time with maximum CPV. You can't choose an automated bidding strategy like target CPA or maximize conversions. So if that's important to you, then don't do this method. So the idea is that you want to target specific videos and channels, nothing else. And there's a benefit of this, and this is that you can, really have control over where your ad shows. But that means that you have to manually manage the performance of the campaign. So it's not in Google's hands. It's not an automated bidding strategy. You need to go into your campaign regularly to see what placements are performing, which aren't. Turn the ones off that aren't performing. For example, 1 or 2 placements are taking up all the spend and they're not performing, so you need to go in and pause those. That's the kind of downside. It's not really a downside to me. It's just a way of dealing with the campaign in perhaps a different way than an automated bidding strategy campaign. Probably goes without saying, but this is not a video action campaign and your ad will not be shown in multiple ad formats. Now, this is particularly pertinent to placement targeting, as I've said, but you might want to look at it if you're doing keyword targeting or other targeting methods as well. But generally, those methods are easier for Google to be able to use their automations to show the ad to the relevant people. So now, with these true 100% placement only campaigns, you can really target the audience that you want. You have control, you choose the videos, you choose the channels. And so it really helps with testing, testing ads or testing on a small budget so that you can see whether you get performance from the ad that you're using. And really, this placement targeting is one of the most targeted forms of advertising that you can do on a social network if you class YouTube ads as a social network. And because it's a video platform, you actually really get to make an impact with someone like I am with you now. One of the problems with placement targeting is actually finding the videos and enough videos for you to make it worthwhile. That's why I developed AdZoola. And if you watch this next video, you'll see how you can use AdZoola to find hundreds of videos in seconds. Or watch this other video, which I think you'll like.